Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Homelee here for the Thunderdome network, and I'm going to talk about a little challenge that Rob had issued to the Jedi of Thunderdome to talk about our favorite pistol blasters. And I have a few here in front of me that I feel like deserve a little bit of a mention. I'm going to start up here with the Exact Attack. This is a Busby blaster. I think it's also available through the Adventure Force line. I think the Exact Attack was actually the Adventure Force version of the Zenith from Busby. This is one that I picked up at Goodwill for a whopping $3. I think I got it on a 50% off day, so I got it for like $1.50. It is primed, so I'm gonna have to do some work on it to get that back up and going. But these are a decent little pistol. They're pump action, no slam fire, but 6 shots, and I think they're like $10 new. Next up, sticking with sort of the pump action theme. This is one many of y'all are probably not familiar with. This is the Boomco Double Rush, or the Boomco Rush. This is actually one, and I know it kind of sounds like it don't have an AR, but I assure you it does, because everything is factored on this blaster currently. Many of y'all probably aren't familiar with it, especially you American nerfers, because this is one that I actually paid to have shipped to me from Mexico. These were never available in the United States. They were available in Mexico and I think Singapore, a few other foreign countries, but never made it to the U.S. for whatever reason. But it's got a really nice grip. Nice pump action. It's got a decent kick, and it fires 2 shots at once. It'll hold 6 of the Boomco straw darts, and fire 2 at a time. So it's a little shotgun pistol with 3 shots, and then it'll hold 4 straws up there and 2 more in the handle, so you can keep a full reload on the blaster at all times. So it's pretty nice. Boomco straws fire straight and fire decently far, so this is a really good little sidearm to have when you need that little shotgun blast going on. To kind of keep up with the shotgun theme, this is a mod that I did on a Boomco Tri-Blast. I've also got a video where I modified the Batgirl blasters, which are the same. They have a little 3-shot turret in the front, but this blaster I have painted. It's normally like a neon green color, and then I have put a 5-shot cylinder from our friend Boomtendo on there. So this thing has the potential to hold 5 shots instead of 3 that it does from the factory. You can select between 1 shot and 3 in factory setting. If you switch to the 3 with the 5-shot cylinder, it will fire all 5. You can also go in and modify to put a little piece over one of the air holes to where it only fire 2 at once. So you got 2 dart shots in 1 single dart shot. You have to manually rotate the cylinder, which isn't that much of an inconvenience. I've got K26 in here, and it's a stout sucker. This is a very good little blaster. It'll hold a dart up here in the sight area and then 2 more in the handle. The Batgirl blaster is also a nice handy little blaster that's very similar to this. You can still find those a little bit. The Tri-Blast is about impossible to find unless you can find one at a Goodwill or some such as that. but I like these little blasters. Next up, this is a hot shock that I purchased from Uncle Clowney, who's also a member of the Thunderdome network. He added a Maverick spring to the stock spring, brassed the barrel. You can see the brass there, and then he's done a little bit of detailing there and there. I talked about this in a video. I purchased this from him, and it's a pretty good little blaster. Shoots nice and straight, shoots pretty far for what it is. You know, he didn't put just a whole heck of a lot of time into this, but it's a good solid blaster, does what you need it to do for a good one shot. You know, be as good or better than a Fire Strike for a lot of things. Then move on to the Sweet Revenges. A lot of people like the Sweet Revenge, the Hammer Shot, all those. I've got a couple of Sweet Revenges that I am in the process of putting Boomco cylinders into. You can fit a cylinder that will hold 10 Boomco rounds, and you can go for either 10 single shots or 5 shotgun shots with it. So there's some potential with this blaster. I prefer the Sweet Revenge or Sweet Destiny or the 5x5, whatever particular Rebel blaster you want to go with. This is the Sweet Revenge. The Sweet Destiny is sort of a dark purple kind of theme with feathers on it. And then the 5x5, I think, was the in the Stripes collection. I like them a little better because you've got smoother blaster lines. That grip, that handle, feels a little more natural to me. Ryan from Silver Fox Industries sells some hammer trigger kits that look pretty sweet on these. And again, you can do the Boomco cylinder. It's what I'm going to work on, but any hammer shot cylinder typically you can fit in there. It is a little bit different sometimes because you've got a little more casing around the cylinder here that you might have to work with. But I like this a lot better than I do the hammer shot. It just seems to handle a lot more smoothly. But that's a pretty good little blaster. But Rob asked us to pick our 2 favorite pistol blasters. My number 2 is going to be right here, the Messenger. You've got 3 shots, Smart AR. I have brassed this one, put K26 in there. It's pretty stout. These things will fire pretty hard. With the Smart AR system, you load 3 in. You've got 3 distance shots that you can go for. Pretty solid blaster. I really like these for that with the Smart AR and everything. This one's kind of nice. Might convert a Messenger to Boomco someday. But I just really like the Smart AR system. And you'll notice that, you know, I've talked about everything else here and I've not talked about my top pistol blaster. Well, I'm going to bring this little piece over here. Some of y'all may know what that is. That is a stock that goes with this. This is the JSPB Urban Ops Pro. You can put a little folding stock on there, and it acts like a little carbine, but it's a pull and fire, like a Fire Strike or a Night Finder or anything like that. It comes, if you order it from JSPB, it's got a little built-in scar barrel on it. You can order it in different colors from him. This comes out of Singapore, so the fitment on some of these things is a little different than what you would get here in the U.S. Some people complain about the print quality. I think his print quality is pretty smooth overall. It could be a little bit better, I guess, in places, but I like it. It looks good. It's solid. And I mean, all 3 of those darts hit the wall, ricocheted, and landed in the same place. He has released the STLs for the basic Urban Ops, but this is the Pro kit. the thing that I like about it is you can use any handle scales that'll fit a 1911. So I picked these up off Amazon, so you got a pretty sweet look on that. I've got a video that I've started on this, but I've not had a chance to chrono it just yet. It'll take retaliator springs. I think he said maybe up to 10 or 12 kilograms. I'm probably going to put an 8 or a 10 in there, not go just super crazy. It'll take a K26 if you want to do K26. You've got these sights that are built in. I like that rail riser on there. So you can put a holographic sight if you want to, or different Picatinny type sights if you wish. It's got a holder there that'll hold 2 darts, and it's got a spot where you can zip tie a flashlight on, so you can have a flashlight. He made this with the purpose of it being like an everyday carry pistol that somebody would keep on them at all times, and I really like that concept. It's a super solid little blaster, especially for something that's entirely 3D printed. It's got some heft to it. I've not really warred with any of these. My wife used a messenger when we went to, I think, a Sweet Revenge when we went to end war. But myself, I used a cyclone shock because I wanted, something that would kind of reach out decently. But JSPB, man, it's pretty sweet. It's probably my favorite. I really dig it. And so with it and the Messenger are my top 2 blaster pistols. So this has been Homelee 665 representing the Thunderdome network. I'd like to remind y'all to keep flinging foam and build your dreams, face your fears. This is Thunderdome Network, many faces, one voice. Thanks for tuning in.